We do immense in-field training, guys, because I have found I'm very ADHD, I'm visual. I feel a lot of investors are ADHD and it's a gift, but we learn different ways. Some of us are visual learners, some of us are tactile kinesthetic. We learn by touching and seeing and feeling. Others of us are auditory, okay? We learn by hearing. Well, you can listen to the audio CDs, great. You can read the manuals, great. But if you don't get out there in the field and touch, see, and feel what is going on and how it's happening, it will impact the way you will be able to do it. As a coach, as a founder of this organization, we have agreed that's the way we want to be able to lead our teams, is in the field, hands-on, touching it, seeing it, feeling it, so you understand what makes it work. Does that make sense? Is anybody else in here like that as a visual learner? We're all visual, we're all tactile kinesthetic, and we're all auditory. And sometimes, I want you guys to write this down. This is so critical. It's one CD, you can get it for $1 on Amazon. It's by Michael Brooks, and it's called Instant Rapport. How many of you have a spouse say, I didn't hear you? What did you say? Is that visual or auditory? Here, auditory. Honey, I can't understand you. Can you write it on paper for me so I can see it? What is that? Visual. If you can understand the other person you're working with and how they communicate, do you think you're going to be a better communicator and a better listener? Right? This one CD will help you understand how people operate visually, auditorily, and tactile kinesthetic. Powerful in this business. Huge, guys. Befores and afters. These are real. These are legit. Sid did these homes. How in the world did he know how to make that look like that? You have to have a 60,000 foot view. You have to see the exit strategy. You have to know in your mind, like we talked about on that board, what he's going to rip out. These he actually kept the same structurally. But I guarantee you when he was standing in that kitchen, he knew exactly that it was going to look like that. Right? Yeah. I mean, I know.
And look, here's my secret. I smoke cigars. I usually go to a property by myself early in the morning, like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I walk through, like in this kitchen, we knocked down this wall here. We opened it up. There was a wall here and there was a door right here before you can get into the kitchen. So then I look at the walls that are load bearing. Like which walls can I remove, which ones I cannot. And then from there I said, okay, well this is, like this island was not here. So once we took everything down, we made this island big, made it like an L shape. And what does most women want? They want cabinet spaces. Put your pots and your pans and your things like that. So that's why, I sit there and I analyze, I do my own drawings, and then I figure, well, okay, I also know my exit. Like I knew my exit was only about 300,000 for this neighborhood. So I could have put in the double vanity, but I didn't. Right? So you also got to know like what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do.
But it's a big vanity.
Exit. Right.
But it's a big vanity. And those are stainless appliances up there, but I know that those stainless appliances right there are Frigidaire, and I can tell you that they're on the low end of stainless in a first-time home buyer, which is great. You probably get all four of those pieces for $1,800 to $2,000.
Is that okay to get at Best Buy or?
Home Depot.
Best Buy, yeah.
H.H. Greg's got the whole stainless steel package on sale for $15.95 right now.
And H.H. Greg, if you tell them you're doing rehabs,
Yeah.
they give you a different discount too. So they're starting to have.
Remember, you run it through the bid room.
Yeah, they're starting to have like little contractors bid room type of thing.
Or you take Tammy's secret and go to as many post offices as you can and get the 10% off coupons,
Right.
and you take that, because what's 10% off of $2,000? $200. It's a lot of money. I don't know if you guys can see it. I just realized it. I didn't even notice it before. See that there's something sitting on the toilet? That's actually from a bank. It's a letter in black and white that says this home has been winterized. Okay, so when you see stuff like this, I don't know if you can see it, or they'll have something that goes around the toilet, or even in the sink, and that's how you know oftentimes it's a bank-owned property too, because they send a third-party asset management company out there to winterize it. I just noticed that there on the seat. All right, doesn't that look really nice? that is one of my rental properties in Baltimore. I stage my rentals. That is the way that that apartment looked, not for sale, for rent. And they go in a heartbeat free on Craigslist. Do you think it's a little extra work to carry sofas and tables and everything else in there? Yes. And when we have turnovers, we keep the unit empty, but I still use those photos up on Craigslist. And every one of the apartments in Baltimore, all 18 of them, all 25,000 square feet, have the exact same floors that have all been buffed, waxed, and sealed. We don't do carpet in Baltimore. Every one of them have the exact same ceiling fan, the exact same cabinet, the exact same toilet, the exact same tile. Everything in all 18 of those apartments is exactly the same. It's called a system. And we're going to teach you how to do that. You've got to be able to turn your knowledge into power, which ultimately is going to turn it into profit, guys. And one of the ways that you're going to be able to do this and to take yourself to another level is to become an investor agent with Sid and I through the Dealmakers Academy and Next Stage Realty. Not only you're going to get the education that you need, you're going to be able to make profits and also be able to earn commissions, which is huge. Sid was saying earlier that you can get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on wholesale deals. As a contractor, he is just got a deal brought in from Lynn. These types of transactions are happening all day long. I have a 23 unit that I'm analyzing that I'm going to wholesale out because I just don't have time for it right now. You know, these types of deals, guys, are everywhere. And if you come to our Deals or No Deals meeting on the 4th Wednesday of every month, the deals are flowing there. Sometimes we have more than others, and sometimes we have some really, really, really awesome deals that people put out. But I will also tell you this, because Andre, Sid, and I are on the cutting edge and we're out in the field every day making this happen, we can guarantee this is the only investor agent mentoring program of its kind that we know of, honestly, in the nation. There is no other real estate investment association, there is no other brokerage that is doing what we're doing. And I can tell you, once the information gets out and people start to see what it is that we're doing, our rooms are going to grow and grow. This was our first meeting here, and look, we're already busting out at the door. I can tell you we're already going to need more space. So you need to really get what it is that we're sharing with you and the power that it is. All of our training is hands-on. We go step by step. As I said, we go out into the field. That literally is one of our rooms in Maryland and in Beltsville. All of our rooms are packed. You're going to be able to work with personal mentors. When you become an agent, you actually will be assigned a mentor who will work with you through your first 3 real estate transactions. In addition to that, District REIA is going to provide you with extensive education in addition to all the education that you're going to get through Next Stage. We are totally results oriented, we're totally success driven, we're totally all about being a go-giver and giving to you. Not to mention you'll have direct access to all of the latest forms, tools, systems, and technology. Tell them a little bit about the back-end office. That is just so cool.
Well, okay, so with the Next Age, you gotta keep, Next Age is a company that has 117 offices in the United States. And the reason it's called Next Age, because the next age of doing real estate. So what they do is they give you a lot of training on the back end, the TMS system. And there's a lot of training, how to work with buyers, how to work with sellers, how to do your contracts, how to put the contracts together, how to jumpstart your business. And then along with that, there's a lot of training that I'm providing on the back end as well. Investment programs, wholesaling, training, how to buy properties, how to sell properties. There's like 37 classes that we're putting together. And the other thing that we just started to do was we're doing video training on marketing, like how to create your Facebook account, how to create your Twitter, how to create your LinkedIn, and the purpose of it and why and how to use it properly to go out and engage and find more buyers and sellers and things like that. So you're going to get your Next Age training videos, you'll get the Brickfront property training videos on the investment side, and then also your marketing from all your social media stuff as well.
So these case studies that we're gonna show you today are real. They just happened literally within the last 60 days. This is Angela, an investor agent with Next Stage, and the property was in Fort Washington. Was she the listing agent or the buying agent?
She was
Buyer's
the,
agent, seller's agent.
She was the listener.
She was the listing agent. Purchase price was $185,000, total commission of $11,001. She was able to walk away with $5,550 just by simply being a listing agent. Not a bad day to be able to walk away with that. This is the HUD 1. You can see right here, or you might not be able to see, this is 1,000.
That's 11,000.
I can't see.
That's 11,000.
11,000.
11,000.
Total real estate broker fee, 11,000. Settlement was on May 29th of 2012, and this was $5,550 went to Next Stage, $5,550, line 701, went to OT Claggett Realty. Okay, so everything is documented right there on the HUD 1. This is a picture of Sid at a rehab with some contractors and with some students going through the property, and again, being very hands-on and teaching them exactly what it is that they need to know how to do. These are just obviously a few, two of the different types of checklists and inspection sheets. This is only probably about that much of the actual inspection sheet. We have very, very detailed, very, very heavily documentation for you to be able to start the initial process, and obviously we open up everything that we have to be able to share that with you guys. You're going to get access to all of that. Different analyzing spreadsheets, different software, whether it's a rehab budget, whether it's board contracts, whether it's a basic purchase and sales agreement, whether it's a letter of intent, whatever it is that you need to be able to get your real estate done as an investor or as an agent, we're going to be able to provide that to you. Obviously, you're also going to get inside deals and information on these deals. Sid gets calls all the time. Why? Because of the relationships he's built. He can't handle all of the deals that come into him. He's going to then refer those out to some of the investor agents to not only be able to help you, because when he helps you, it helps himself. All of the different niche market opportunities, as I said, without a shadow of a doubt, all of the cutting edge education that we provide on an ongoing basis. Subject matter experts here locally, our title companies, our team, you know, my attorney Michael Gross, my new CPA, Rick Bishop of Bishop and Atkins. You own a CPA firm. You know, you're going to be able to surround yourself with all of the people that we have cultivated these relationships with over the years. And you're going to get full membership to the District REI and get to attend all of our different monthly networking events. And Tom Black, an investor agent in Anne Arundel County, says, and he's a good friend of mine, in all my years as an investor, I've never seen anything like this. There is no program that offers this much. And guys, that really is the absolute truth of where we are. This is Sid in his office, actually sitting down with an investor agent. You're going to get 6 months of unlimited support. You will actually be given a mentor that will work with you on your first 3 transactions. They will go with you step by step, whether it's a listing presentation or you're working with a buyer, whatever it is that you need support with, that's what you're going to get. Also, you will get all of the complete library of the forms, contracts, and documents that Sid has access to through Next Stage on their online server. Also, all of the different contracts and documents that we have that are in addition to that as an investor that will help you with your investment business. I didn't know these were slow to go in. Alright, this is a deal I did a couple years ago. So this will be the oldest one, but I wanted to share it with you because I did this as an investor agent. This was on Martha Washington Drive. After repair value was $419, it was actually $450. Bought it for $150 cash. I got a $5,000 commission on the buy side, and we had $80,000 in holding costs, turned around and, sold it for $400. Why did we sell it for $400 instead of $450? I wanted a quick sale. I just wanted to turn my money over. It was getting into the winter, and I didn't want to sit through a winter and have all those holding costs. So it was worth it to me to not have to do that and pay points on the money that I had borrowed. So I also was able to list it, got a commission on the backside, and the profit from the sale of $100,000. So that was here locally. That was one of the last single-family rehabs I did. This is my student, Debbie, who literally just closed on this 2 weeks ago. This is her 40-unit apartment building in Richmond, Virginia. After repair value is $260 plus. It was listed as an REO, real estate owned, in February for $229. Nobody bought it. Offer price of $85,000. After inspections, I told her to go back to the bank, get a $5,000 credit. She did. Ended up settling on it for $80,000. Closing costs were $42.25. Estimated rehab is 4 to 6 weeks. $12,000 in holding costs. It will be a long-term buy and hold. Renovations started on Wednesday. She's actually there as we speak today.
So
This
she's
is
gonna
the
hold
actual
on to
HUD
that,
one.
she's gonna hold on to that
Yes,
property.
this is a rental property, 4 2-bedrooms. This is actually the HUD one, closed again, and I had an investor that lent the money, so she actually walked away from settlement with close to $70,000 to get all of her work done. 301 Michelle Street, Martinsville. This is actually another one of my properties I threw in here. Just to give you guys, again, case studies. I was an agent on this, licensed in Virginia. My appraised value is actually much higher right now. This is a 84-unit mobile home community. I got it 4 years ago for $775. We're up to about 1.8 right now, but I walked away with $23,000 as an agent on the commission, plus a $32,000 acquisition fee at the table. This, again, is what being an investor agent can do for you on the small side and on the big side. I walked away at settlement with $55,000. Guys, you can do this too. Our investor agents buy and sell a minimum of 10 properties a year. Why? Because we only work with motivated, passionate, like-minded investors, investor agents that want to be a part of our program. If you're a tire kicker, or if you want to put your umbilical cord into us and take everything that we have, but you're not willing to play out in the field, we have no time. We only want to work with serious, like-minded people who are out there wanting to make it happen and are willing to do what it takes to make it happen. Do you think there's going to be sacrifice required of you? Yes. How bad do you want it? That's what it boils down to. How bad do you really want it? Because we've got the education, we've got the blueprints, and we've got the success stories. Because we've all been through it. The new investor agent of today is not the same as it was for me when I got started 10, 12, 15 years ago. It's a very unique, diverse, educated team. They understand real life, real world, real estate investing as it is today. Real estate investing is very different today than it was 5 years ago, than it was 10 years ago. You've got to be investor friendly. Absolutely, totally investor friendly right now. If you don't get it, you're missing the boat. You really, really are. Yes?
I just have a quick question when you say investor friendly. Because from a lot of regular agents or retail agents, they feel like the investors are not friendly towards them. Sending them 10 offers a day for a week, they consider that to be
A nuisance.
yeah, more than a nuisance, bogging them down and bogging their business down. They actually believe it's hurtful to them.
Right. And that, thank you, Lacey, that's the mentality of the retail realtor. It really is. Okay, but an investor-friendly agent that understands it's all about numbers and that you have to sometimes put 10, 15, 20 offers in to get that one deal, that is called an abundance mentality. You know, they're not coming from a scarcity mentality where they only want that one listing for $500,000. But if you come from a place of abundance and you're willing to put in 10, 20 offers to get that one deal, don't you think that investor is going to come back and work with Lacey over and over and over again and send their friends and their investors to him over and over and over again? Plus, they get to a point after they've built their relationship that the investor probably doesn't have to do very much, and the investor says, hey, Lacey, this is what I need, go on the MLS, look and submit the offers for me.
Right, and plus, if the thing about this is to be proactive. So once, let's say Fred and I start to work together, and I know he's working on the house, and I know he's almost done, I'm gonna start feeding him new deals to get into, to keep Fred in the pipeline. So the thing is about this program is, it's not for you to go out and take people out in the evenings or Saturday and Sundays and stuff. This is to work with folks that are really serious, and Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. All you need is 3 or 4 good relationship with investors, and they'll keep you totally busy, and you can easily make over $100,000.
Right, Lacey?
Yes, I totally agree with that. Totally agree.
Absolutely.
So I mean, just like they're weeding us out, we want to weed out certain investors that are not serious, and they're just putting in offers just to waste time as well.
So how do you find these people, right? They do exist. They really, really do. You've got to be able to analyze the deals. You've got to be able to know what the exit strategies are. You've got to be able to communicate, walk the walk, and talk the talk. You've got to be able to negotiate. You've got to be able to know who this end buyer is, and you've got to understand marketing in your presentation. We've canned all of that for you. Been there, done it. We've got the systems in place. Guys, you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. They know how to work the numbers. They know how to present. They know how to qualify the end buyer. Why? Because we have relationships with lenders and banks that we can take these buyers to get them done and qualified quickly, so we're not wasting time. Where in the world do we find these motivated investors? We went over a couple areas today, but there's a lot more information about where we find them that we'll share with you. How do you quick turn a property? We just showed you a couple of quick turns that we did. They looked gorgeous. They were the most beautiful property in the neighborhood. But I see investors time and time again that cut corners and don't want to do a nice quality product, or they don't want to spend that $2,000 to stage it because they want to save $2,000. But guess what? Now the property sits for 6 months on the market, ends up getting lowballed, and they've now just paid 6 months of mortgage, hard money, and or closing costs. All because they wanted to save that $2,000 in a staging fee.
And the chance of getting broken into,
Yeah.
get all your stuff
Yeah, I
stolen.
forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
All right, Angela Williams just sold 3622 Dixon Street in Temple Hills. Now I'm telling you and showing you areas, are you guys getting this? I'm showing you areas where stuff is selling. Hello? These are markets where stuff is moving. She's an investor agent. Purchase price $125. She walked away with $37.50. Okay, again, not a bad day to be able to be an investor agent. You don't have to be an agent or an investor on every single transaction. You can choose to be one or the other. What is the exit strategy on it? This just closed July 20th. $37.50 directly to Next Stage Realty. Earnest money deposit, line 704 to Next Stage Realty. $1,000 POC. Anybody know what POC is? Paid at closing or paid outside of closing. Anybody see a problem with that?
Yeah. It's not, how do you know you can get your money? You can do it right at the table.
Do you think that there are people though that sometimes do stuff underneath the table and say, well, I'll give you this underneath, or I'll do after settlement? Guys, don't go there. Okay, do everything legitimately. I've seen it. I've heard it. It's just not worth it. You know, do everything totally legitimately. We will guarantee your success, guys. I guarantee your success. Sid guarantees your success.
The lady, Angela, she's a, what do you call, licensed real estate agent, or she just find the property? And
No, she's an agent.
She's an investor agent.
Okay, but she primarily works with investors, that's why you call her that?
She does both. She's an investor agent. She works with Next Stage, with Sid, and she's an investor agent. She understands working with investors, and she is an agent. Is she investing yet?
She's not invested yet.
Yeah, but getting ready to
her
start,
and her husband
actually.
are starting to get into it.
Yep. I'm gonna let you guys read this if you can, because I think this says a lot about what this is all about. Wayne Dyer is one of my most favorite authors and speakers. And the bottom line is when you change the way that you look at things, then the things in your life will change. Is your glass half full or half empty? There's no such thing as can't. Means you either don't want to or you don't know how. And if you don't know how, we're here to teach you, guide you, support you, and take you down the journey. There's no such thing as try. I hate that word. Either you do or you don't. You don't try to be an agent, an investor. You don't try to be an agent. A lifetime student is someone who always invests in their education, seeks betterment in their life, has an abundance mindset, empowers others by sharing their knowledge, and is a constant state of can I. Constant and never-ending improvement. Constant and never-ending improvement in your life. That's a lifetime student. That's who we're seeking. We'll take you through the step-by-step action blueprint to achieve consistent results and proven success. Do you think that this happened overnight for Sid or for anyone? No. It takes time. Real estate is a lifetime commitment to creating your financial future. It's not going to happen overnight. There have to be processes. There has to be systems. There has to be structure. There has to be automation. And guys, there has to be a team. You've got to be surrounded by a team. You can't do it as a lone soldier. You can start earning profits now. You can start working with us and implement tested and proven techniques. You certainly can put an extra $10,000 in your pocket, even if you want to do this part-time, even if you still have a job. 6 months of comprehensive training and education, guys, for new or experienced investors, agents. There's things that are constantly changing in the market every day, especially when it comes to lending and understanding the guidelines and what is going on out in the market, what type of rehabs are being done. You've got to be up on all of that. We're going to get you there. We do live in-person coaching, understanding wholesaling, understanding how to do a fix and flip, understanding raising private money. Again, I say it's all about building relationships, but it goes much deeper than that. It takes time to go through and share with you how to do all of this. How do you buy and hold? When would you buy and hold? Why would you buy and hold? Do you hire a management company? Do you create your own management company? Do you do the management yourself? Do you manage the on-site managers? How do you do all this? How do we do all this? What about creative financing? Can real estate be done with zero money down? Yes. All day long. Do you think you might have to pay a little bit more for it on the back end if you do zero down? Yes. I am. I'm getting ready to give up 10% more of my equity. But it's no money out of my pocket. Guys, there's so much we can share with you. This is John Hemis, another one of my students. John closed on a 4-unit in near American University last year, profited over $31,000, renovated it, and he actually is an owner-occupant, was able to get an FHA 203K loan because we occupied the building, which was beautiful, and it's right next to American University. He got the rehab done through the winter months, got it occupied just like that. He lives free. Property is now worth $480,000. He picked it up for $230,000. Lives free. Very good deal. There's a better picture of him. Very happy guy. 31,000. This is one of our bus tours. That's me down in the front waving, but our buses are usually packed. We go all over to different markets. Haven't done Northern Virginia yet, only because it's just the dynamics of it. The price point is just so much higher. I'm open to doing Northern Virginia, but it's harder to find good deals there. Normally we go from Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Anne Arundel County, Baltimore areas. But it's a lot of fun. It's exhausting. It's in the field. You're in the houses, hands-on. As I said, touching, seeing, and feeling. And we do really charter a big District 3 of us just like that. This is Little Paul. Little Paul used to sit in the back of all of our meetings and has a real soft voice and was really struggling financially. wanted to be a real estate investor more than anyone that I honestly knew. And we just kept working and working, and he joined the coaching programs, and he kept educating himself. He is now one of the top wholesalers in DC. Very, very, very successful with what he's done, but